Yancey and Crawford and Davidson?
Man, they're all doing well, competing. You know, it was the first day of pads yesterday. I thought they all, including those three, kind of melted a little bit just with the heat. And came back today and we're flying around, doing well, man. To say who's where or what, I couldn't do that for you if that's where that sucker's heading. But they're competing really, really well.
And is there much difference in your left tackle and your right tackle in your scheme?
Not really. And, you know, just because of how we protect and the tempo piece of it, not a huge difference at all.
Rob, then West.
Coach, do you have a timetable for when you'd like to get set up left tackle? So many days at the camp, or you just let it play out?
Yeah, I mean, typically you hope you have a direction after the first scrimmage, and then you kind of solidify after the second scrimmage. You know, some years you're fortunate that it happens before then if there's a bunch of returning guys, but you know, hopefully by the first scrimmage have an idea, and then for sure by the second scrimmage probably need to know and give those guys a chance to play as many snaps together as they can.
With everything that Cooper Mays went through last year, how much did you learn about sort of his toughness and what he'll go through to play, and also how's he done so far in camp this year?
Yeah, man. I mean, he's a tough son of a gun now. Both him and his brother. Guy loves the game of football, loves the physicality part of it. Will absolutely throw his body around, and is just old school in the fact that you try to tape it up and keep on going. I don't know, he's done a great job this camp. I think his off season was even better than the previous one. I think Coach Schmidt did a great job with him. He's stronger. He's able to kind of lift and sit some things down that he wasn't doing last year. I don't know, man. He's freaking smart, way smarter than his coach.
Brent, then Vince.
Coach, are you set on Darnell on the right side, and how unusual is it for a guy to want to play a different side than he played a year ago, and what do you think makes him more comfortable on the right than the left?
No, I'm not at all set with Darnell on the right. I think you got to find who the best tackles are and where we can go have the best chance to win. As far as him playing right, like, it's as unselfish and as team oriented as anything could possibly be. We had a talk after the season, felt like to give us a chance, he needed to take some reps at right and see if he'd be able to do that to help guys that only played left. And I mean, without skipping a beat, it wasn't even like a blink of the eye. He's like, man, just whatever helps us win, helps us be the best. And I think that's part of his maturation process. Probably didn't say that right. Shouldn't use words like that. But I think that's part of him just getting a little bit older and more mature. He just team guy. He talks in the meeting room. He's taking notes. Just fun to be around, man. Had a great day yesterday. Probably the highlight of yesterday. I'm hoping it looks just as good today.
How different is Addison Nichols now compared to the spring?
I think all the freshmen are a lot different. Him for sure. I think the game slowed down a lot for him. He's understanding, like, when he makes a mistake, he already knows it versus having to go into the film room, watch it, and talk about it. Like, it's instantaneous. Man, I should have called this, or I should have done this. I think now the challenge for him is, you know, he's taking a few reps with twos and starting to move and take some reps at different positions, like handling all that mentally and the physical. You know, you start going against better bodies. The technique has to be a little cleaner. The speed of play has to be a little faster. But he's done a great job, man. It's a lot on a freshman.
Where are you looking at him at?
Man, so he took reps everywhere during the summer. In fall camp, it's been center and guard mainly.
Eric.
As a unit, the offensive line across the board, how much more confidence are they playing with right now? How much progress have they made from spring to summer, and really from now from last year?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's now they're able to, I don't know, the questions in the meeting room are so much different. Like, they see the whole picture, they understand the whole scheme, they can correct one another, they can help young guys. They can be out there and the defense puts in something crazy for install, and on the fly they're putting bodies on bodies and doing it really, really fast. The technique that goes with the play starts to clean up because they know what they're doing. They're not having to think as much. It's just all those things that happen the second year. And I think too, like JC and Coop and even Sprague and Dane, like guys are being super vocal, man. And if something's not the right way, they're getting it fixed, and just a fun bunch to be around.
Patrick and Adam.
Coach, talking about a couple of your newest guys, Masai, we talked to him the other day. How's he sort of adjusting everything? And Savvy on Aaron, was just late. How ready is he to maybe contribute, and where does he from there?
Yeah, I think they're both adjusting to the speed of the game right now, because it is, not just the tempo piece of it, just so much faster than what high school and junior college is. They're both absolutely trying to learn as much as they possibly can all summer through this point. It just takes a little bit of time. I think they're both doing really, really well for the least amount of experience in the room. Savion, he's not there right this second, but he's grinding at it. Both of them, it's as long as they keep on the path where it's, day one was this, and then day two was this, and day three and day four, and you keep slowly building, they'll be fine by the time we get where we need to be. Just you can't hit that lull. And I think that's the toughest part. Sometimes the first time in college camp is you just in the middle of it. It's just like you hit that wall and you're done. So they just got to keep grinding.
Since you get 4 starters back, you compare how you judge those guys from a year ago. Is your judgment a little more harsh now because you know what they can do and you know what to expect from them?
100%. Yeah, especially you make a silly mistake. That can't be us. Can't be who we're about. They all know better, man. You can get in the meeting room. I mean, it sounds like a freaking chorus or something. Like the answers of the questions and everybody saying the same word. Like the accountability. When something is not right, it's definitely pisses you off a whole heck of a lot more.
Jimmy and Wes.
Coach, a couple things. What are the key attributes that you look for in a center?
Oh gosh, man, you got intelligence has to be up there just because you're making decisions so fast, and it's really you're the coach out on the field because you have to change it on third downs and get us right, and there's so much involved with that. Obviously, you have to just be unbelievably tough. I think that's kind of got to be the cornerstone of the offense line. That guy better be the toughest son of a gun on the field. And then just the athletic ability, because we do pull that guy. And then, obviously, as much girth, width, anchor ability as you can possibly get.
You also said in the spring that a key to being better on third down is being more physical.
Mm-hmm.
In the offseason, did you see signs of this offensive line being more physical?
Did, man. The weight program was different. The way they had to push and strain, even going against each other during the summer in drills, they were just different. So, be exciting. Third down's really kind of around the corner here, third and short. So, we'll find out. That's great news. You always do.
Glenn, I'm not sure any football coach ever really feels super comfortable about anything maybe ever, but offensive line being a position where older guys can often really, really help you and the strength and knowledge and everything. Having so many of those kinds of guys right now in the program, does that give you any slighter sense of comfort or anything, feeling like, hey, I got a bunch of vets here?
Man, if you stay healthy, maybe. No, I mean, it's fun. I love the room. I love walking into it. I love being around the guys. That sense of comfort, knowing where they're at and the guys that are getting better. The Lampleys, Ollies, all Danes, everybody competing and getting better. Yes, there's a level of comfort to a certain extent, but I don't know. To be honest, probably not, because the season's coming. You're thinking about all
3 more questions.
the stuff.
Eric, Brent, then we'll finish with Patrick.
Where's Javante Spraggins right now? Kind of how has he gotten better over the year of playing all last year? And where does he still need to make some
Man, I think his biggest improvement's been protection for sure. He's always been just a freaking grinder in the run game, but his eyes, knowing where he's supposed to be, who the ID is, staying in a pass pro position, not getting out over his toes, and using his hands. Pass protection for sure to me is a night and day different from last year, and he's put in a lot of time and work to get to that point.
Injuries last year forced you to play different combinations, which gave some guys experience. Would you consider rotating guys, or are you a guy that you want to play 5 if they're healthy the entire game, or would you, with this style of offense, be comfortable playing 6 or 7 in a game?
Yeah, no, we've rotated. Anytime you can have depth and you feel comfortable, man, it's awesome. Give guys a breather once or twice a half. Let somebody take 20 or 30 snaps a game, maybe even more, or split it. Definitely helps. So looking forward to staying healthy and having that ability.
Coach, going back to Darnell, how different is he from this point a year ago when you guys had just moved to the left? It was all new to him, and what are your maybe expectations for what he could do this season, whether he's at right or left?
Yeah, I think Darnell's just growing each day. Like, just so proud of him. Like, the way he practiced yesterday was just unbelievably physical. The questions that he asked in the meeting room, the attention, like you can just see him trying to be different in the way that he focuses. And even things he's trying to work technique-wise, just not, like on our case that if we're not helping him get to a point, man, he wants to get there. He wants extra drill work. He wants extra reps. He wants to work. Like, I think that's something I'm not sure. He probably did a little last year, but it's just so pronounced this year. He's just such a improved player, and I'm just excited for it, man. Hope he keeps it up and just has a phenomenal year.
Thank you, Coach.
Sir, thank you.